Hey guys, what is up? My name is the Spaceman, and today we will be looking at some unturned tips and tricks. Now that I continue my sentence that more of these tips and tricks that come out is become less and less helpful. But this video will be the peak of the helpful tips. Mostly these will be ones with item related, not building. Some a little bit building, but let's just get right on to the little thing I've set up. Okay guys, this is my little warehouse or hardware shop, and today I have a few little tips for you. So let's just get right on to my character. Put on the HUD. This is where all the tips are going to be put. If I ever do continue making tips like this, this will be the place that you'll see them all. So this is the first tip. Bows are actually not that useful, or not that bad, because one, you can actually upgrade their arrows to have explosive arrows. So let's just go on right outside, test this out on the building next door, and it's basically like a flying grenade at them. Basically, you just shoot, it blows up. If you hit a player, it will not blow up, it will just do damage. But if you hit at their feet, it will most likely hurt them. I don't think it instantly kills, but that is the bow. Let's get right on to the next one. When you have a fusillade or any ranger weapon and you have no ranger mags, this is a new addition. You're in the middle of a gunfight, you already used all your ranger mags, and you're trying to find what you can reload. Well, in this newest update, you can reload military mags into ranger weapons, and they do have the same damages. That they don't have different damages, but it just means you'll have a lot more bullets. That is the ranger. And before I do stop, you can put military suppressors, military barrels, anything that would be a military can go on ranger stuff, but ranger stuff cannot go on military. I'll just prove it to you a little bit more. I gotta have my little lunch break because I am hungry. That was good. When you actually are scared to go in towns, but you have lots of materials, like you actually did loot a hardware store, you can make a rifle, a makeshift rifle, or a maple rifle. I like to call it makeshift because it isn't like makeshift, but this thing does incredible damage to a human if it actually lands a headshot. That is 5 damage right there. And you can craft it. You can craft its bullets as well. But if you hit someone on the head with this thing and they have like 80 health, they are dead. If you're a good shot, use this thing. And it's pretty simple to craft. Just duct tape, maple plank, rope, and some scrap metal. I just shot my window. I see that does 5 damage. The next tip will be about umbrellas and how they actually function. So here is your standard umbrella. The same looking. little umbrella. But, as most people don't know, that umbrellas are not as useful as a hang glider. Hang gliders can go farther, and they're going to get a change to where they're act like vehicles, and that's soon. But hang gliders go farther than umbrellas. See, with an umbrella, I would have never been able to make it over here. Now we're going to use the umbrella. See, a very, very easily noticeable difference. One goes farther than the other. On to the next tip. Have you ever been in a gunfight and you wanted to turn off your mythicals or cosmetics? Well, that's a pretty easy way to do it, or your gun skins. All you have to do is actually just hit these buttons right down here, right under your character. This one turns off his clothes. This one toggles gun skins. And then this one toggles mythicals. My little bird gives you that example. That's why I brought him on board today. That's what these three buttons do. This obviously rotates him. But the most important one is the clothed one in the skin. On to the next tip. One of the best melee weapons is surprisingly an Easter egg. It's kind of weird, but it's something that you will have to work hard for, but in reality, it's a melee weapon. When are you going to get close to someone? That's the thing, you can already see it on me. So this, the brand new melee weapon that does almost, its power swing instantly kills a human. I just test this out on my glass. It doesn't do much here, but it does a lot to a human. Now, I'm not going to try pronouncing that because I'm not German. But it is a German weapon. You can only find this on the German map. You can only get it from the newest Easter egg, which is going into the castle, finding all the cells, the power cells, and powering up the teleporter in the sewer system. If you guys want a video on that, please let me know. If you guys want to know money. But if you guys want to know how to do that, I already assume you people know how to do this Easter egg. I definitely know. But we'll go on right to the next tip. As most people know that the planter is a small planter. Pretty self-explanatory. You can place it down, you can pick it up. But as most people don't know, if you take those planters, multiple planters, and craft it into a plot. This is a very big farming plot. It's pretty self-explanatory. You just put 1,000 plants on there. On to the next tip. As most people know about guns, is that there is mostly two popular attachments. The suppressor and the barrel. The suppressor does what it says. It will suppress your shots. The barrel will increase your accuracy, so you'll get a better shot. But it is not silenced. And before I move on to the third attachment, I want you to take a very good look. And when I fire, do you see that little strain of line the bullet leaves? People can obviously see where you are. If I'm right here, I don't know if anyone's there, and someone shoots, I instantly see that little line. It's pretty obvious to tell, but with a a muzzle. Now, most people do neglect it, but it will not have the same effects. It will never, ever shoot a little line. It will make noise, but nobody will be able to tell your little line. So that's what the suppressor does, and I think it's helpful a lot, because in most cases, if you could have a suppressor and a muzzle, that is the best thing you could have. It's like, have a suppressor at night, in the day, or just have a muzzle all the time. Muzzles are pretty good. This has made me change. If I ever find a muzzle, I will use it on my gun. They're just a little bit common, or rare. That's what the description is. A rare barrel attachment. It removes the flash. On to the next example. Tip. I am starting to lose I'm starting to lose everything at this point. On to the next tip. So you know how everyone knows what a steely wheelie automobile does? It's pretty self-explanatory what it does. I'm going to use my car as an example. At the moment it's locked, and I can just use this to unlock it. As most people don't know, there is a new addition. This addition will seal people's tires. Just like that. They don't have a tire, but surprisingly, you have a tire. You took off their tire. So if I just go ahead and take all the tires off, I will have 4 tires. It's pretty self-explanatory. You can use those tires to put back on. Surprisingly, you can't steal this one, even though that's the whole point of it being on the back. On to the next tip. As most people know, ghillie is the best thing you can have for stealth if you have grass. At least if you have a ghillie suit and you're on rocks, that's a pretty bad idea. You'll probably get spotted really quick. Most people turn their character green. I like to call that the poor man's way, because people are too lazy to actually get the ghillie in it. Ghillie suit. What most people know is if you're poor and you turn yourself green, you can just craft that stuff down into ghillie netting. This stuff can be used for hiding your base. Right now I'm giving a pretty poor example, as there is no green around. Pretty much make this more obvious. But it does what it says. It's pretty much like the ghillie suit. It will make anything it has green. I can just salvage this, take it down, and you can easily punch this stuff down. But you can also use them as pretty much like walls. Donald Trump, man. Donald Trump memes. But you can use them as walls or just block things off in general. If I ever had them, I would use barbed wire and then them behind the barbed wire. So if someone tried going up to punch it, they would hit the barbed wire and be hurt. Let's get on to the final and last tip. Now, this tip isn't the most helpful tip, because most people already know this, but I would just like to throw it on in there. There are handcuffs in the game. Most people use them for roleplay. There is also the key version, where you handcuff someone and then you can use the key to unhandcuff them. And then there is the bandit one, I would like to call it. It's basically just this. but it's a cable tie. You put it around them and you can't take it off. The only way you can take the handcuffs off is by doing this, pressing E and Q, basically side to side. That is all the tips I have for today. I hope you guys enjoy this type of stuff. I definitely enjoyed making this, as the examples were pretty fun. But if you do guys want to see tips and tricks episode 2, please tell me, and I hope you've enjoyed.